As many of you have likely heard, the VA recently issued an interim final rule that could potentially reduce disability compensation for disabled veterans. So DAV released a statement expressing our disappointment with this decision, and it's apparent that many of you share in our concerns and, like us, have plenty of questions. With us today is the Executive Director of DAV Washington Headquarters, Jim Marszalek, and we're going to go through a handful of the questions that came into us via social media. But first, Jim, let's go over what does this all mean for disabled veterans?
Thank you, Todd. This is all about how VA measures functional impairment and disability evaluation. So when they are assigning a percentage to a particular disability, it's what they have to take into consideration when assigning that evaluation. Up until yesterday, VA generally couldn't deny a higher rating simply because symptoms were being relieved by medication. This change now requires VA to look at that, look at the medication and the effects it's having to determine the disability rating.
Okay. So a lot of people really want to know, this was kind of the biggest one that came in, was how is this going to affect my pending claim?
Yeah, what's unique about this situation is this interim final rule was effective yesterday. So therefore, VA should be using this new proposed regulation today. And that could impact everybody who has a pending claim today. And it could impact you in a negative manner if when you're examined, you're on medication, and some of your symptoms were being relieved, they could assign a lower evaluation for your particular disability.
Okay, we got another one here. A lot of folks who are rated at 100% permanent in total, they want to know how it's going to affect them if they're 100% P&T.
Yeah, when you're 100% P&T, generally, if you don't have a claim pending, VA is not really looking at your file. They're not going to go back and look at it. However, please keep in mind that you aren't protected from reduction until that evaluation has been in effect for 20 continuous years. So if you have multiple illnesses and injuries, each one of those has to be in effect for 20 continuous years. So if you got it in April of 2020, you wouldn't be protected until April of 2040. So that's something to keep in mind as you go on.
All right, next one here. It's something you kind of alluded to in a previous answer, but a lot of people want to know what happens if I was evaluated while I was taking medication?
So nothing would change there. And again, this takes effect yesterday, so if you were already evaluated, I wouldn't worry about it at all. But today, if you're evaluated from yesterday until going forward, it's something you have to take into consideration for sure.
Okay, another one here. A lot of folks actually want to know, they're like, so does this mean I should stop taking my medication?
Absolutely not. You need to consult your medical provider on your quality of life is the most important thing. So you need to talk to your physician about your particular injuries and illnesses on what's the best course of treatment. But please do not stop taking your medication without consulting your physician.
And a lot of folks are kind of worrying about how any potential reduction could affect their ability to provide for their family, which many veterans rely on disability compensation to make ends meet. So what happens if I get reduced and I can't make rent or my mortgage payment?
So VA would have to propose to reduce you in many instances. And if you do get one of those proposals, I urge you to reach out to DAV. We could help you with that and determine what's the best course of action for your particular situation.
And if you need to get a hold of a DAV benefits advocate, you can go to benefitsquestions.org, and that will lead you to your nearest DAV office. Finally here, Jim, want to know kind of what's next? What is DAV doing about this?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Todd, it's an interesting situation because we had no knowledge this was happening. It came out yesterday, so we're really combing through it. We do have lots of concerns and lots of unanswered questions. We have reached out to VA to hopefully learn more about what the plan is and what their plan of action is. What we do know is that this interim final rule was final yesterday. So there's a comment period. We are preparing to make comment for sure because we do have many concerns, as I'm sure all of you do as well. And with the questions that are coming in, we just want to assure that our members and veterans know that we're here for you. So if we can help in any way, if you have any questions, please reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to help you.
Again, that's benefitsquestions.org. And we appreciate everyone tuning in here, and we need your voice. We need to tell the VA and our leaders in Washington that medication isn't a cure that simply erases our service-connected disabilities. It's a necessity for a quality of life. And the best way you can do that, go to federalregister.gov and let the VA know what you think by providing a comment. The direct link to do that is in this video description. Go down, check it out, because it's your chance to weigh in. And remember, it's up to us to protect the benefits we've earned. No veteran should be penalized for taking the medicine they need to survive.